In this video, we're going to show you how to achieve a beautiful square lighting look a la Peter Hurley with just a strobe and some reflectors. Now this past week, I was given the task of shooting some headshots for our staff within the studio as well as for a couple of our friends. And as most of you know, our studio focuses primarily on wedding and engagement portraiture, so we typically don't do headshots. Hence, we don't have a need for an uber nice lighting setup specifically for headshots because they can cost several thousands of dollars. So as usual, I thought, why don't we create our own hacked version of Peter Hurley's signature square lighting setup, using what we already have in the studio. Now I call Peter Hurley's lighting technique square lighting because it's essentially 4 constant lights placed in a square configuration with his camera shooting right through the center. Now we have an Einstein and parabolic already set up, so we're gonna use that as our primary light source. However, keep in mind that you can do the exact same thing with just a strobe and an umbrella. We're just using the Einstein because it's already good to go. It's what we have in the studio and it's set up. And also we're using the parabolic because it gives us a little bit more space underneath, but an umbrella will work just fine as well. Next, what we're gonna do is place reflectors with the silver side facing the subject on the left and on the right in order to basically catch the light coming from the top parabolic and direct it towards our subject's face. We're gonna use a third reflector right underneath the parabolic to fill light basically back up and into the subject's face as well. Now this is essentially creating that same sort of square lighting approach where we're gonna shoot right through the center. And remember that if you don't have a third stand, or if you don't have stands basically, you can just use people holding them. We don't have a third stand, so I'm gonna use an assistant, or I'm actually gonna have the model themselves just hold the reflector with their bottom hand, which is what I often do when we have to do these kind of quick shots anyway. One totally optional additional light that I like to add is just a little bit of a background light, and it's just a strobe placed right behind our subject to create a subtle glow around the subject's head. And this creates a natural vignetting effect to the image, which adds interest to the photograph while also pulling in the viewer's attention into the subject's face where that highlight gets stronger towards. So that's it, folks. At this point, we simply dial in our power settings and we fire. Without further ado, here are some of the headshots that we took with this simple and affordable square lighting setup. Now I should mention that after shooting a few shots, I actually had to bust out my Peter Hurley DVD to refresh myself on posing and model guidance when doing headshots. Peter does an amazing job of instructing and guiding his subjects into his poses and gets amazing expressions out of them. So be sure to check out the art behind the headshot DVD by Peter Hurley and by the F-Stoppers. We're gonna link that below. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.